I can see people hauled into court for civil lawsuits.
They will be.
Over businesses. I can see people going to jail for contempt of court, because if a judge says to a man, do this, and he says, I'm not doing it.
Well, it's a violation of your religious liberty. Thomas Jefferson.
Can you see people
certainly
being sued or going to jail over contempt of court?
Sure. And, you know, back in the 1700s, people went to jail because they did not follow the faith of another church or something. The Baptists were persecuted. And
so
in Virginia. And so were Catholics. But basically, that's what's going to happen in our time. Thomas Jefferson, who authored the Bill for Religious Freedom, said something that's very appropriate for this day and time. He said that to suffer or allow the civil magistrate to intrude his powers into the field of opinion and restrain the profession or propagation of principles on supposition of their ill tendency is a dangerous fallacy, which at once destroys our religious liberty, because he, talking about the civil magistrate, being judge of that opinion or that tendency, will make his own opinion the rule of judgment and approve or condemn the sentiments of others only as they square with or differ from his own, that it is time enough for the rightful purposes of civil government for its officers to interfere when principles break out into overt acts against peace and good order. Now, certainly if you apply that to this case, the principles of peace and good order have not been breaking out when you're talking about marriages between a man and a woman. That's existed for centuries, even thousands of years.
Right.
And that's before
even
the United States Constitution
even
began.
The pagan Greeks and the pagan Romans who had homosexuality
and, to say that,
and had pedophilia, they did not stoop to this.
Yeah, to say that it's time enough for the rightful purposes of civil government when principles break out and overt acts against peace and good order. There's been no breakout peace and good order by marriage between a man and woman. And it also says that the magistrate would set himself up to make his opinion the rule of judgment and approve or condemn the sentiments of others only as they square with or differ from his own.
Alito said basically what this, I'm paraphrasing, but he said basically what this court has said is we're going to do what we want on any matter until somebody in the political or social sphere has the guts, the backbone to stand up and push back.
If we don't stand up now, we won't be able to stand up, because what this court has done in this case is basically remove religious liberty by mandating that people who disagree with same-sex marriage must issue licenses, must provide flowers. Now, they didn't say that, but they
of course,
indicated, and the federal courts have been mandating this across the country. We had in Washington a lady with a flower shop that didn't want to display flowers for same-sex wedding, and she was sued.
Yes.
We have a bakery, and we have
the pizza parlor was
the pizza parlor, and a SEAL chaplain that lost his job because he counseled soldiers or sailors under him about homosexuality lifestyle. Yes, and it's just it's a persecution that's just beginning. It's going to touch the American people when you're forced to accept evil, something that historically did not exist, same-sex marriage, and to condone sodomy, which this same Justice Kennedy ruled okay in 2003, then it's against their faith. And it's naturally going to be hard to take.
Do you want to get America out of the hands of wicked and unjust men and women who are destroying the republic before our eyes, and put leadership back into the hands of righteous men and women so that we don't die as a nation? Well, you're talking about social revolution, and there are rules in social revolution. We can look at the victorious social revolutions of the past, such as the end of slavery, the end of child labor, women's voting rights, the end of segregation, and so much more, and learn from their victories. Look at their actions, their images, their rhetoric, their sacrifices, and their final fruit. We will send you this series that originally cost $129, 7 books for students, 1 teacher's guide, if you'll give a gift of any size and just pay for shipping and handling. Take advantage of it today.